everybody remembers, even if they haven't seen it, that one scene from Lord of the Rings. You know the one where Dumbledore, he goes, "You shall not pass!" And then he says, "Avada Kedavra!" I'm sorry to rage bait, y'all. All I got is Harry. I'm only a Harry Potter guy. I've always been a Harry Potter guy. So, I'm fucking trying, man. Okay. All my life, there were a few big series that I didn't see. Mainly Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and like Terminator. I never seen Matrix. There's a lot of big movies, but mainly franchises that I haven't seen. The only ones I'm really up to date with is Star Wars and Jurassic Park. And don't get me started on either of those. But pretty recently, I finally took the step off the deep end. And I watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies. Yes, folks, that's right. I put the mic on the wand. But I watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies. Extended edition. Okay? Take note of that. This gives me, that kind of gives me a little bit of say-so, truthfully, if I'm being for real. Because how many people really did watch the extended? I don't know. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so I don't, I'm not the guy to make that decision. I meant to make this video a long time ago, but I kind of, this is going to be a rage, like, this isn't rage bait, but a few people are going to hate me. A few people are going to unsubscribe for this video, and that's okay. Y'all know what I always say. 100 perk. He gon' say whatever goes good in a video. So that's why I'm saying this today. Because listen, I didn't want to make this a video at first because I had nothing to say. But I was talking to my friends about it today, and I kind of realized that I do have stuff to say about it. And it might not be pleasing to the viewer. Just a disclaimer, I have not seen The Hobbit. I ain't seen no extra Lord of the Rings content. I never read the books. Nah. I did for Harry Potter. I'm tapped in on Harry Potter, but it will come around to that when that new Harry Potter show comes out. But until then, we're talking about Lord of the fucking Rings. So stay on track. So in about the span of like 2 weeks, I ended up watching all the extended edition Lord of the Rings. They were good. Let me start it off like that. These are not bad. And I'm not going to say that they're bad, all right, before you get mad. But I'm also not going to say that they're masterpieces. Here's why. And I'm you know what? I was going to kind of lead up to it. I'm just going to fucking say it. I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a fuck about anything that was happening in Lord of the Rings. And I'm sorry. Sorry. Hashtag ragebait, because it's true, though. It's true. I watched all these movies in quick succession. And after the second movie, I kind of started questioning myself because I was like, I don't feel anything emotionally from these movies. Like, and I know you guys are going to say, shut the fuck up about shut the fuck up. But it doesn't hook me like Star Wars, okay? I will say, no, I'm not going to say that because there's good Star Wars movies in every trilogy. Every trilogy. So I'm not even going to pretend like Star Wars was stooped down to the same level. I'm sorry. Even with all the shit I've talked lately, it's not. Lord of the Rings still doesn't match up. The first movie to me definitely was definitely the first. It was definitely the first movie. Dude, what the fuck am I saying? The first movie, Fellowship of the Ring, is the worst one with this problem. It doesn't, like, it hooked me kind of as a story, but not really on anything else. All of the only people I ever feel throughout this entire series that I gave any shits about is Sam and Frodo. Honestly, I care about Gollum more than Gandalf. And let me tell you this right now. If Dumbledore went against Gandalf, he'd whoop him. Wipe the floor with him quickly. And I don't care what you got to say. Oh, wait, but in the lore. Gandalf, but in the lore. Just stop. Just stop, because it's not true. Play the clip of Gandalf whooping Voldemort's ass, bro. I'm just saying, let's talk about Gandalf first, since we're already here. I don't like his magic. His magic actually bothered me quite a bit, because I kind of felt like, this wizard character doesn't give me wizard. He doesn't seem wise. He doesn't honestly seem too sure of himself. And oh my god, I'm gonna piss people off. His magic just sucks, bro. He don't do shit. He gets his ass whooped by Sauron. Saruman, and he never gets his get back for that. He just flies away with his little butterfly trick. I mean, good on him, I guess, but I'm disappointed. I'm all he more wields a sword than anything, and I don't really get the Gandalf the Gray and Gandalf the White distinction because he, frankly, acts the exact fucking same. It's kind of I don't get it. I just don't get it. So sorry to start hot like that. I enjoy Legolas and Gimli and Aragorn. Like they're all fun. Those guys are great for action. I honestly appreciated them the most in the third one, Return of the King, because my favorite moment in all of the movies, there's a few, but they're all from Return of the King. One when Sam carries Frodo up the mountain, but the other when Legolas climbs up on the fucking war elephant and just takes it down. That shit is fire. That shit is fire. Hey, good on him. Honestly, he's cool. But again, 3 movies, 4 hours each. I have 12 hours with these guys. Granted, it's split up a little bit. I'll still say about 4. Every group of main characters you get about 4 hours with out this whole trilogy. And I really just can't say that I particularly give a fuck about really anybody except for Sam and Frodo. Let's talk about those two. In the first movie, they're kind of, they're not the strength of the first movie. I think Aragorn is probably top guy first movie. Second movie, top guy is possibly Aragorn, but mainly Frodo and Sam, because their story is just like their shit with Gollum. It's good. I really love everything that's going on there with them. I feel I connect actually with Sam. I feel like I relate to him a bunch more than a lot of movies I've watched. Like, he's my dude. The third movie is where their story really shines. That's where everything breaks apart. That's where like they're tested the most. Every time it switched to them, I was like, yes, please. Oh my God, I love this. Keep this shit going. And then it switched back to the other stories. And I was just like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Gandalf going around with little Pippin and shit. And, or the other guy. It might be the other guy. I forget his name. Guys, I swear I like these movies. I like these movies. They're just not, they're not as good as everybody says they are. I kind of have a similar feeling with these movies as I do, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I think it's a little overhyped and people are, oh fuck. There's no going back after I say this. You're off your rocker if you think Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. You're just dead wrong. Do you want me to, I'll leave. Actually, no, I won't. This is my video. You leave, damn it. No, listen, I won't keep yapping. I'll keep it a little short, but then I think this is what kind of solidified the movies as good but not great to me. I could have looked past, honestly, all the stories that weren't Frodo and Sam, because their story was good enough that it was the emotional center for me for all those movies. I could deal with it. But unfortunately, I have some mixed feelings about the ending of the last one of Return of the King, because dude, I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, Sam carrying Frodo up the mountain it's like a beautiful moment. All the moments on Mount Doom, I hope that's what it's called. But at the volcano, Sam does I can't carry the ring for you, but I can carry you, Mr. Frodo. And then he carries him up. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The music is great. And then they get up there, and I get it's kind of supposed to be like a repetition. It's kind of a cycle from, what they explained before with the other elf dude that came there once to destroy it, and it didn't go right. I get it's kind of like a repeat. Like, nobody really is strong enough to resist this. But I was kind of, this is a fantasy movie, and I kind of wanted it to be like, Frodo can handle it. Like, he might not be able to. And I thought Sam was going to be like, come on, Frodo. This is, blah, 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 blah. And he tells him all about it. And then he would be like, oh, okay, you're right. And then toss it. But no. And this is what kind of dims the movies for me, because the main hero, the one that was like the emotional center, him and Sam, truthfully, Sam is the GOAT, and he's kind of the main character low-key, but Frodo, he loses all his aura. Not that he had aura per se, but he had a reputation, and he had a certain, he had a reputation. And he fucking chucked it all in the garbage when he was like, no. And he's all fucking evil now. And he puts the ring on and he just leaves. Now, low-key, I would have rather it ends in failure like that, and the ring doesn't get destroyed, and it's like, damn, it's a cycle. I would have fucked with that. But then they do destroy the ring, and it's only because Gollum's freak ass shows up and fucks their whole thing up, and he knocks him over, and Gollum's holding the ring, and he falls off into the lava. Frodo isn't even the hero. I feel like I've been lied to. That's the thing. I feel like Frodo didn't quite ever do anything truthfully heroic. And the final moment where it's like, here we go. Here's the moment we were meant for. He just fucking, it's just thrown away. It's gone. I don't like that. And I think it would have been fine if it all went wrong. But then they want to do this freaking, honestly, bitch play of making Gollum destroy it and giving them an out. And I just kind of feel like that it felt like a sucker punch after watching 3-4 hour movies. Kind of was displeased with that. And then Gandalf. I was thinking about Dumbledore in my head. Harry Potter's better. I'm sorry. Then Gandalf just picks them up with his birds at the end. And I get that they kind of defeated Sauron and shit, but you telling me there was no way y'all could have did some business like that before? Like, the birds gotta be at the end when everything's done? I don't know. And I don't know. I just feel like when Frodo fucked up like that, him and Sam should have died. Or Frodo should have disappeared and had it go wrong that way. But the fact that they still gave them this plot armor ass way of finishing the story, even though Frodo failed as a character, I just I don't appreciate it. It's not as well done as, frankly, Star Wars. Let me shut up. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I'm going to watch The Hobbit at some point. Again, I don't dislike these movies. I think these are fine, good movies. They're just not, they just don't butter my buns. They don't glaze my donut. It just doesn't give me a great feeling after watching the whole trilogy. After watching the Star Wars prequel trilogy, there's kind of like a set, like, it's a very... am I using this word right? Poignant end. Like, it's just impactful. It's impactful. Same for the other one. It stands well as a trilogy, but seeing this Lord of the Rings trilogy, I kind of feel like it might be better only because of the Hobbit films. I don't know yet. I haven't watched it, but I just don't feel like, personally, for how long those movies are, they don't stand well on their own. Guys, listen, I'm not going to enrage anyone for any longer, but that's kind of like my quick thoughts on the movie. Sorry that they're pretty much all bad. I swear I liked it. Oh my god. Listen, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I might even go watch Harry Potter. Just the shit's fire. So anywho, I'm about to do that. Have a hoot. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been posting hella videos lately on my unemployed arc. So go ahead, and I just dropped this river video. Honestly, if I must say so myself, splendid work. So if you try to see some good quality, nice, hoot and holler ass videos, shout out Goblin, go ahead and watch those videos. Shit, I guess that's all I gotta say. So hey, sorry if I made you mad. If you don't fuck with this take, then Avada Kedavra. Gandalf's magic ain't shit, but Dumbledore, you know what Dumbledore can do? Cue the ducks.
So brand new, yeah, want me a handful. They come give what you came for. Swing my chain like Django.